Good morning. I'm gonna also start my YouTube video. So we're going to meet at the top of our mat this morning in mountain pose. I always forget to start both of them at the same time. All right. I started to do some sort of video to talk about how I set up my space, and for some reason it was just coming off really strangely. So I wanted to talk about it really briefly this morning. I always set up my space before I work out with not just my mat and my blocks, but I also bring in special things. You guys know that I always like to have my atomizer going, and this morning I have cedar wood, which is a grounding element, feels very natural. I also brought in one of my baby Buddhas, and this is a mala that was given to me by Kim after a yoga fundraiser that we did. So little special items I find really nice. Sometimes I have a bracelet, or I've got a little heart crystal that I put right at the side of my mat. It's my belief that these items help to bring you to a grounding place in your practice. So here we are in mountain pose, feet inner hips width distance apart. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down, and activate your fingertips towards the floor so that you can feel your medial deltoids getting a nice stretch here. Inhale, draw your arms up and overhead, extended mountain. As you exhale, send those fingertips wide and come all the way back down, fingertips pointing towards the floor. Inhale, and this time draw a little farther back. See if you can find the very edges of your shoulder girdle, reaching fingertips up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, roll back. Find the very edges, just playing with a little bit of shoulder mobility here. Inhale, draw up. Exhale, come back down. Just one more breath like that. And hopefully you're feeling that little crunch, crunch right at the very edges of your shoulders. Always listening for pushing too deep or not deep enough. We should feel really nice stretching here. This time, inhale, draw up. Fingertips reach actively towards the ceiling, and then pull your thumbs back toward you. Without hyper tucking the hips or the tailbone, think about the bottom of your ribs and try to draw them towards your hips. So we're engaging abdominal wall without over tucking through the hips. I've been thinking about mountain pose a lot lately, and I think sometimes we get up here and we're so busy kind of heart opening that tailbone is really tucking. It's an unnatural position for the tailbone. One more full breath here, drawing in through the belly, bottom of the ribs coming down towards the hip bones. Inhale, reach a little bit higher, and as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, take a flat back, and as you exhale, bend your knees deep, stepping one foot back at a time, and go ahead and tap your right knee down. Inhale, your arms up and overhead, Sir Galahad stretch. The beginning of our practice can often feel a little sticky, so we have a few breaths here to work out that hip. Left foot forward, right foot back. Take one more full breath, reaching the fingertips towards the ceiling behind you. And as you exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Place all of your weight in the rear knee, shin, and top of your foot, and lengthen the front leg, half splits. See if you can find your long torso here by pulling the shoulder blades together, shining your clavicle towards the short front end of your mat. Take one more full breath. And as you exhale, press forward, hands come to frame the foot. Pull the left foot off and just tap your knee down next to the right. So now here we are in our tabletop position. Inhale and take a cow pose. Belly button comes down towards your mat. Exhale, roll low back, mid back, upper back, arching like a cat. Inhale to neutral spine. Walk your hands a half to a full handprint forward. Tuck your toes and pike your hips. Downward facing dog. You have just 3 breaths here to walk out the legs if you like. So we started our chaturangas with a cat and cow to show that as a really great option, especially if you're feeling pain in your shoulders or anything in your low back. Sometimes cobra and up dog can be really tough on the shoulders, on the back, especially the low back. So that's a great option for you. Bend your knees, look to your hands, tippy toe walk towards the front of your mat. Inhale, take a flat back. Exhale, fold. And now release the shoulders and find a rag doll. Checking in with your feet. Inner hips width distance is usually about the space of 2 fists. If you like to take your hands to opposite elbows, you can take a little pendulum swing here. Maybe shaking your head, yes or no. Rocking your jaw from side to side. Just one more full breath. And at the bottom of your exhale, releasing fingertips towards the floor, rooting into all 4 corners of your feet. Inhale as you roll up, vertebra by vertebra. Arms reach up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, take a flat back. Bending your knees deep. This time, step the left foot back. Tap the left knee down. Inhale, your arms up and overhead. Sir Galahad stretch. I've been focusing so much on hips and back. It's been really great, especially with like all of the walking that I've been doing. We've got my puppies to keep worn out. With a 10-month-old puppy, you really want to make sure that you're getting at least 3 miles a day. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, hands come down to frame the forward foot. Lengthen the front leg, and if this feels really heavy on the left knee, try to equalize your weight into your shin and into the top of your foot. Now, imagine this as a back bend, lifting the crown of the head up, maybe pulling the shoulder blades together a bit, drawing in through the belly, trying to imagine the bottom ribs coming towards the top of the hips. One more full breath in place, half splits. And as you exhale, bend into the knee, bring the hands to frame the foot, tuck the left toe, bring the left knee off of the mat, step back to high plank. Everyone tap the knees down, and then exhale your way all the way to the mat. Inhale and take a baby cobra. And if you feel yourself tempted to place weight on your hands, simply use your fingertips or take your hands right off of the mat. Press up to tabletop position with your inhale. Tuck your toes, pike your hips. Exhale. Bend your right knee and take a big inhale. Your left and exhale. Both heels ease towards the floor. Bend your knees, look to your hands. Tippy toe walk or take one big step if you like. So everything's just getting a little bit deeper in its connection, in its challenge as we move through. Exhale, forward fold or deep forward bend by reaching your fingertips towards the ceiling. Inhale, draw up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold, and you can roll those shoulders all the way around to find the edges of your shoulder group. Inhale, take a flat back, and this time bend your knees deep, fingertips frame your feet, step just the right foot back, tap the right knee down, point the toes. Inhale, Sir Galahad. Exhale, half lunge. Inhale as you press forward, hands frame the left foot, tuck the right rear toe, knee off, pull the left foot back. And then exhale as you slowly lower the entire body down. Walking all the way through all of our chaturanga options. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, your chin all the way to the mat. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale to downward facing dog. Very nice. Bend your knees, look to your hands, walk, step, or if you have a float in your practice or you're looking to practice one, bend deep through the knees and spring off of the toes to pop to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold or deep forward bend or hands clasp to come up and over. Inhale, draw up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold or deep forward bend. Inhale, take a flat back. And as you exhale, bending deep through the knees, this time sending the right foot back. Tap the right knee down. Inhale right up to Sir Galahad. Find the work in your hips. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, press forward. Exhale as you step back to high plank. Pulling your chin right over your fingertips. Exhale as you come halfway down and hover. Find that core strength. Point your toes back behind you. Inhale as you draw through to upward facing dog. Everyone exhales back to downward facing dog, easing through your heels. So take a quick inventory of your body and how all 4 of those chaturangas felt for you. Our first one was a simple cat-cow, which is really fantastic mobility work and strength work for the core. Second one was knees down to baby cobra. Third one was full plank to baby cobra. And the fourth one was high plank, pause, halfway down, and then pull through to upward facing dog. Bend your knees, look to your hands, walk, step, or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold or deep forward bend. Inhale, draw up, fire up from the floor. Exhale, forward fold or deep forward bend or a bind. Inhale, take a flat back. As you exhale, bend your knees deep, send your right foot back. Oh, I think I'm on the wrong side. Inhale right up, that's okay, we'll do 2 extras. Exhale to half split. Inhale, press forward. This time, as you exhale, peel your left foot off of the mat and hold for a second. Now, extend it back and hover the leg off of the mat. You can tap the leg, the foot, or tap the knee. Everyone exhale halfway down and hover. You can pull through to baby cobra or up dog. Everyone exhales back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look to your hands, walk, step, or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, deep forward bend, or a bind. Inhale, draw up, extended mountain. Exhale, fold or bind. Inhale, take your flat back. This time, bending through the knees, send the left foot back. Tap the left knee down. Inhale, Sir Galahad. Exhale, and as you exhale, you lengthen through the knee. Press into the heel, point the toes towards the ceiling. Inhale as you step forward, hands come down to frame the foot, tuck the left toe. Now pull the foot off, hold that plank, extend through the leg, and flow through your vinyasa. Lots of choices, and that's a super fiery one for you. Everyone arrives in your downward facing dog, and you have 5 breaths here to work this out. Maybe that means walking your feet a little farther apart, inhaling all the way up onto the balls of your feet, and then exhaling the heels all the way to the right. Feel this big side body stretch here. Inhale back through center. Exhale the heels all the way to the left. Very nice. Inhale back through center. Bend your knees, look to your hands, tippy toe walk. Take a big step or float to the front of your mat. Take exactly what you need here. Feet land in inner hips with distance. Inhale, roll up like a rag doll. Arms reach up and overhead. As you exhale, twist to your right. Inhale back through center. You should feel nice and fiery already. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale back through center. This is one of my new favorite moves. And then as you, at the end of your inhale, pull the elbows back. And now exhale as you draw the shoulder blades all the way out to the very edge of your back. Inhale, open it up one more time. Big chest opener, big heart opener. Exhale, draw through. So we're protracting the scapula. Inhale, retract, like we're pulling the shoulder blades together. Exhale, protract, draw it all the way out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Take 3 breaths in ragdoll here. You can heel toe the feet together if you like, or leave them at inner hips width distance, whatever feels right for you. Again, hopefully you're already feeling a little breathy. We jumped right in for a very powerful practice today. And sometimes we really have to bring our own power to bear, our own strength. And so how can you bring your own strength, bring your own party to your mat today? Seeking exactly what your body needs, not over-pressuring it into a place where it's not ready for, but finding the blade edge of your intensity. Your last full breath here. And as you exhale, slowly releasing fingertips towards the floor, heel toe your feet together if you're not already there. An inch between your heels, engage the inner thighs to hold the knees together. Inhale right up to your first chair pose. Exhale, sink in. Check in with those shoulder blades. In chair, we have a tendency of letting those shoulders creep up, so pull the shoulders down, reach the thumbs towards where the ceiling meets the wall behind you. See if you can dip in just a little bit more. Take one more full breath here. And at the bottom of your exhale, slowly peel your right foot off of the mat. Flamingo. 2 more breaths in place. Breathe into your work. Can we check in with those lower ribs? Draw them toward the tops of the hips. Drawing the belly in nice and tight. At the bottom of this exhale, inhale as you prepare. Exhale as you bring the knee high and extend, standing staff pose. Feel that quadricep working hard for you, and watch how, because if we're too high, sometimes you can feel cramping going on in those quads. Find the level that really works best for you. One more full breath. And at the bottom of your exhale, bend the knee and start to tip forward, finding your way to Warrior 3. And Warrior 3 is just a fancy one-legged deadlift. So see if you can tap into the back side of the left leg, hamstring right up into the gluteals. Woo! And I'm breathy. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, externally rotate the right foot so the toes are pointing towards the long edge of your mat, heels pointing towards the back. Inhale in place to lengthen. Exhale as you step back to Warrior 1. Inhale as you sink in a little bit. Find your way to your warrior. Woo! I love clunky and sticky and awkward transitions like that. They make me so happy because that is the physical practice for pushing through the difficult things that are happening in life right now. And everyone's got their own difficult things that are happening in any given day where you really have to kind of check yourself, right? So this is great practice for it. You're right here on your mat taking the mental reps of how to get through those sticky situations. Take one more full breath in your Warrior 1. And as you exhale, slowly release the hands to frame the foot. So here we are, ready to step back to high plank. Can you pull the left foot off of the mat, hold here for a second, extend the leg back strong, and then flow through your vinyasa. That might mean tapping the knees and taking a cat-cow. This is what I'm giving you for a demonstration, but you might be high plank to low plank, right? Everyone pushes back to downward facing dog. See how it doesn't matter how we get there. We're all landing in the same place. 5 breaths in your downward facing dog, checking in with your shoulders, sinking the torso down into the shoulder blades, right? So that our shoulders aren't creeping up around our ears. Placing weight into every single fingertip, and then particularly into the pointer finger knuckle. This is really going to help you to take some of the work out of the back heel of the hand and the wrist and put it right, or rather to really distribute it through the hand and to fire up the forearms and get the forearms working for you here. Your last full breath, and at the bottom of your exhale, bend your knees, look to your hands, walk, step, or float to the front of your mat. Heel toe your feet, either inner hips width distance apart, or you can touch the toes and get ready for a chair, but we're gonna take 3 breaths in your ragdoll here. And if ragdoll feels great on your spine, you can feel free to take really big, demonstrative pendulum swings here. Again, our yoga practice really teaches us about listening. And listening can be hard because I think for so long we have been trained to push through. You know, the old adage, no pain, no gain. Still lives somewhere in some places. Slowly release your hands, heel toe the feet together, big toes touch, an inch between your heels. Engage the inner thighs to hold those knees together and inhale right up to your chair pose. Exhale as you sink in. And now check in with those shoulders, pulling them down and into place. Thumbs pull back towards the wall behind you. You should really feel that right here in the shoulders. Drawing the belly button in and up while simultaneously pulling the bottom rib towards the hips, but not hyper tucking the tailbone. Just one more full breath here. And at the bottom of your exhale, placing all of your weight in your right foot, slowly peel the left foot off of the mat for your flamingo. Single leg chair. Can you dip in a little bit more and challenge the right leg to the same extent that you challenged the left? Take one more full breath here. And at the bottom of your exhale, slowly pull up, knee comes towards the chest. Extend with your inhale. Standing staff pose. And notice I'm making changes based on what I'm feeling in my quadricep. I started out super high and my quad was like, hey, wait a minute. This might be too high for us. How did I know that? Because it started to buckle and lock up. So I slowly pulled it down. Just one more full breath in place. Fire into that core. Dig into your strength. At the bottom of your exhale, bend the knee and inhale your way to Warrior 3. Again, this is just our yogi version of a deadlift. So I really want to dig into the back side of my standing leg. Hamstring, quad, and gluteal, and fire up those muscles and make them responsible for controlling this movement. Externally rotate the left leg, toes point towards the long left edge of your mat, heel presses away with everything you've got. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly step back to Warrior 1. Sink in. Woo. Pulling your arms back to to fire through the shoulders, or you can take 3 a goalpost or cactus arms here. You're always available to take hands to your hips or bring your hands to prayer pose. Breathe in here. Just one more full breath. Whew, you can hear the hard work in my breath as I'm talking to you. This has been a real challenge, learning how to practice and cue at the same time. It's funny. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly, whoop, I just turned off the light. Slowly bring your hands down to frame your foot. Rear heel lifts straight, and before you pull back, be purposeful by taking the right foot off of the mat, holding here. Extend long. Now decide, are you bringing the foot down, or are you gonna hover that leg halfway down and hover? Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. As you exhale, everyone presses back to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up nice and high. Exhale as you pull through and step through. Spiral the rear heel to the mat. Inhale right up to warrior one. But you already know this, so sink right in. Exhale, open to warrior two. 5 breaths here to work out this posture for yourself. Rooting down into all 4 corners of the front foot. Toes wiggle free. Press the knee toward the pinky toe side of that foot. And then feel the length from the front knee to the rear heel. Can you press that rear heel back just a little bit more? Fingertips reach actively. Shoulder blades retract to pull together. Just one more full breath in place. At the bottom of your exhale, rear hand comes to your hip, palm up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Feel that side body stretch. And as you exhale, bring your forearm to the forward thigh for side angle. Now I'm looking straight to the recording because I caught myself digging into this shoulder right here. So I'm looking to set myself up for success, to not impinge upon my shoulder. I'm gonna reach my fingertips right down towards the floor and create a point of contact here, reaching my fingertips up. I just got the notice that we'll be done in less than 10 minutes. Take a deep breath in. At the bottom of your exhale, inhale as you flow back through reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Push straight to the posture that you found. Inhale, draw all the way back. This is your last time like this. Exhale, draw through. Find all of the work from point A to point B, not at the beginning or at the end. Inhale, draw back, reverse warrior. Exhale as you spiral your hands down to frame your foot, step back to high plank, and flow through your vinyasa, high to low. In whatever mode that looks like for you, everyone presses back to downward facing dog. Hold here. As you inhale, start to roll forward. Low back, mid back, upper back, lengthen through high plank. And now as we get ready to press back, listen real quick, bend your knees and try to cow pose through your spine to press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll, low back, mid back, upper back, high plank. Ready? Bend the knees, cow pose through your spine to down dog. Inhale, this is your last one like this. Roll, low back, mid back, upper back, extend, bend your knees, roll back, cow pose through your downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up nice and high. Kick the back wall. Exhale as you pull through and step through. Spiral the rear heel to the mat. You know it, warrior one, roll right up. Exhale, open to warrior two. You have 5 breaths here. Sink in, breathe in to this work. Fingertips reach in opposite directions with equal strength, with equal intention. Feel yourself being drawn from the front to the back. Are you rooting into the forward, to the four corners of the front foot, wiggling those toes free? Can you feel the length from your front knee to your rear heel? Being super active. One more full breath in place. And at the bottom of your exhale, your rear hand comes to your hip, palm up, inhale, draw back, reverse warrior. Really feel that side body stretch. As you exhale, bring the left forearm to the left thigh, reaching the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. And again, this may be the best place for you. Just watch out for that shoulder. I know it's a particular point of difficulty for myself. So I like to extend my fingertips, but notice I'm not going all the way to the floor. I'm just keeping myself honest in this shoulder and then reaching my fingertips towards the ceiling. Take one more full breath here and we'll get ready to flow this work on this side. Take a deep breath in. At the bottom of your exhale, inhale as you draw back, reverse warrior. Really take your time. Exhale, flow through to side angle. Shh. Inhale, draw back, reverse warrior. Exhale, flow through side angle. How can you draw on your strength, your fortitude? Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. This is the last one. Inhale, draw back, reverse warrior. Can you make this your biggest one? Press forward with the left knee. Exhale as your hands spiral down to frame your foot. Rear heel is pointed towards the ceiling. Pull that foot back, extend the leg, and flow through your vinyasa using exactly the postures and movements that speak to your body right now. Everyone presses back to downward facing dog. At the bottom of your exhale, inhale as you roll, low back, mid back, upper back. Extend through high plank, bend your knees, low back, mid back, upper back, cow. Inhale, rolling through cat pose to your high plank. Exhale, rolling through cow pose to your downward facing dog. Exhale, inhale. Last one, exhale, inhale. Very nice. This time, as you roll forward and pause, flow through your vinyasa, your very last one. Nice work, everybody. When you arrive in downward facing dog, very quickly tap your knees back to your mat, walk your hands back to tabletop position. Inhale to cat pose, exhale, to cat pose. Inhale, cow pose, there we go, I'm getting my poses right. Exhale to cat pose. Inhale, cow, and maybe this time you want to travel in a circle and really feel your way through the core strength that you really fired up today. Really strong practice. Diving into balance, core strength. Just one more full breath in this direction. When you reach the bottom of your exhale, inhale and start to roll in the opposite direction. Exhale, rolling back over the knees. Inhale as you make your way up and over the fingertips. Very nice. Just one more full breath here. Exhale, roll and round, pause. Inhale to neutral spine and come to a seated position. You can sit on your shins or you can sit in easy pose, legs crisscrossed if you like. Inhale your arms up and overhead. Hands come together and bring them right down to your heart center. Close your eyes and give yourself a silent moment to be here right now, to appreciate everything that your body, your heart, and your mind had to give to your practice today, to you today. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. And may you move through today, through this week, and through this season with peace and joy and compassion. Take a deep breath in. Give yourself a bow. Namaste. What a great practice, you guys. That was awesome. Oh my goodness.